In today's video, I'll take you to our 4-day trip across Switzerland, showing you what you can realistically see without exhausting yourself on the road and how to keep costs down in one of Europe's most expensive countries. So guys, remember, every day adds up to your budget here. For such a small country, Switzerland is full of surprises. Would you believe it has 4 official languages, and yet English is widely spoken, though not as much in remote places. Our journey begins in Lugano, a vibrant city in southern Switzerland where palm trees meet the Alps. This area is very different from German and French-speaking parts of the country. Here is the culture feels Italian. People speak Italian, the buildings have warm colors, and you see palm trees along the lake. We've traveled a lot, but Switzerland caught us off guard. We forgot to download the offline map, roaming was sky high, and our 7-meter van wasn't exactly welcome in busy towns. Without data, even finding a parking app was impossible. So yes, we came very prepared this time. My first piece of advice, don't do what we did. I'll share a video link with parking tips, useful apps, and other ways to save time and money in Switzerland. So we are finally online. The campervan is parked and off we go. And yes, we are driving a campervan, which means we have food. As you've probably heard, Switzerland isn't exactly cheap, so it's nice to grab a bite before heading out. Meals in Swiss restaurants cost 15 to 30 francs, and with kids that adds up fast. Let's just say my campervan sandwiches never tasted better. We parked our campervan on a little road by the river and later realized it had led us straight to one of the most beautiful spots. I leave the link to the location in my description.
1 hour drive.
That looks so tasty, guys. Then we moved along the shore and found ourselves in the park by the water, lined with bright, colorful flowers. You can stroll the old streets or take a boat across the lake. Ride the funicular up Monte San Salvatore or Monte Bre for stunning lake and mountains views. Just a heads up, in many parts of Switzerland, overnight parking isn't allowed unless it's a designated area for overnight parking. So we had to move on. The park for night up, it's super handy for finding places to stay, and we quickly spotted a campsite conveniently located a few kilometers from Lugano town. The campsite wasn't the green grassy type, but a simple concrete pitch. Still, it was convenient and spotless, with electricity, toilet, and waste disposal. No showers. The link to the place in my description. That brings me to another point. Sometimes you just need a campsite for a quick stop, not for the view, as long it's legal, clean, and in a handy location. The next morning, we enjoyed the last bike ride in the area before heading to our next stop, Lucerne. This time we swapped grey concrete for soft green grass. Our campsite was just a 30 minutes walk from the heart of Lucerne. We decided to cycle in, but honestly, that wasn't a good idea. The city was busy and weaving through the crowds while wheeling our bikes wasn't exactly relaxing. So walking or taking the bus is a better option. Speaking of buses, in some campsites, the staff give you a free travel vouchers, so you can hop on a public bus into the city and back for free. Lucerne is a pretty town by the lake known for its old wooden bridge and the tower next to it. We are not usually museum people, but the Swiss Museum of Transport in Lucerne is more like a giant playground for anyone who loves machines. You can drive a train simulator, sat in the cockpit of a plane, press every possible button, and even explore a space capsule. There are hands on games, moving models, and so much to see that we could have stayed all day. There is also the Swiss chocolate adventure, a fun ride that tells the story of a chocolate from bean to bar, with a delicious tasting at the end. We spent the whole day exploring every corner, and by the end, we felt like we've barely scratched the surface. Next to the museum, we came across mini golf course and stayed for a couple of hours. The friendly guy at the reception instantly made us feel welcome. After a quick chat, he asked about our next stop. We threw the question back at him, and without a pause, he said, "You can't miss Grindelwald." Grindelwald? Grindelwald. That was all we needed to hear. Our plans were set. Grindelwald is a beautiful mountain village in Switzerland's Bernese Alps. It's surrounded by the famous Eiger, Monch, and Jungfrau. Excuse my pronunciation, please. It's known for its stunning views, wooden chalets, and a postcard-like scenery. Grindelwald itself is pretty small. The main village area can be walked through in about 20 to 30 minutes. The real magic of Grindelwald is in the activities. You can take a cable car to a cliff, walk with amazing views, try zip lines or mountain carts. There is also the Glacier Canyon, a gorge carved by ice. We didn't try it, but if it interests you, it's worth checking out. As you know from my previous videos, we are not big on booking campsites in advance, but Grindelwald I'd recommend it. We arrived without a reservation and couldn't find a spot. The village has only two main official campsites. One of them doesn't allow dogs, so if you are traveling with a pet, your chances are even slimmer. Without a booking parking, a campervan is almost impossible. In the mountains, the roads are narrow and turning off usually means ending up on private property. Luckily, some friendly locals gave us a number of a private host and we found a spot with electricity and showers. Without their help, we wouldn't have been able to park or enjoy our visit. The grocery store in town had a great quality food, but prices were pretty high. Cycling here is not a joke, it's almost always uphill. This makes it popular with e-bikes riders, but also with people who want to push their fitness. Hiking is just as popular with trails, from short walks to full-day treks. We somehow paddled all the way to the top of the mountains and even went a bit off-road, where we stumbled across a picnic spot. Wait until I'll tell you. I knew Swiss people were efficient, but not that efficient. Fire pit, wood neatly stacked, benches, toilet paper, matches. Everything sorted. Now enjoy it. And down below, we found a spot to jump in for a swim straight from the glacier. The water was so cold, it stole my breath before I could even take one. 2 days in Grindelwald felt like just the right amount of time, and we moved on. And our last stop was a place just 25 minutes from Grindelwald, Mürren, famous for its spectacular paragliding over the iconic valley. We stayed one more night at the campsite below, and the next morning it was pouring rain. After days of Swiss mountains and cool lakes, we started craving sunshine, 2 euro espresso, pasta, and gelato. So we pointed the campervan south and swapped alpine views for Venetian canals. That's our 4-day trip through Switzerland in our campervan. Was it enough? Yes, Switzerland is all about nature, mountains, and fresh air. Slow down and don't try to see everything. Less is more. I am Tanya, and if you are new to the channel, we are travel loving family who's explored every country in Europe and spent time living in places like Thailand, Spain, and Ireland. We love sharing real life tips to help you travel, maybe inspire you to move abroad or try a different way of living. So, if you're curious about life beyond the usual routine, you are in the right place. In the next video, I'll be sharing our route through Venice and the places we visited. If you've got some value from this video, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel. See you soon, my friends. Bye!